Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge.
What?
Make me laugh today. It was Monday.
Don't worry.
All right. We'll try this one.
It's Monday every episode of Gamer Grudge.
Yeah, this was the stereotypical one though, not the like, hey, it's Monday. It was like, ooh, it's Monday.
Hey, it's Monday. Yeah. All right, hey, everybody. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Nah, just playing, guys. You know what it's time for. It's time for the freaking Gamer Grudge war. I can say that. I can say it because people have fought on this thing and from different parts of the region.
Just do what I do. Turn off the sound.
What do you mean? Shut up. The Gamer Grudge World Championship. This is the World Championship, people.
There wasn't much hype behind that, Mac. I think you need to try again.
Okay. Welcome to the Gamer Grudge World Championship. Woo!
And he broke his mic.
I just turned my volume back up now. We should be good.
Okay. All
And I
right.
want to blow my speakers.
Yeah.
I love you though, Mac.
I love you too. But welcome to the Gamer Grudge World Championship, people. This is the championship where where we're gonna have a belt. The belt will probably either change hands or it's gonna stay at where it's gonna stay.
Right there.
New York.
We don't know.
I do love that nobody treats it with exact proper respect. That's
No.
the best part.
Oh, I mean, it'll go right back to the spot it was on my floor if it comes back. Like that's.
I mean,
I would wear it around my waist while mowing the lawn. I'm just saying.
Oh, that belt couldn't fit around my waist right now. Quarantine definitely adds some pounds.
If I send it back to you, I will send you because I have more Velcro strips if you do want to hang it up.
Oh no, you're good. You keep the Velcro strips. It goes where it goes.
no, you at least kept it in a
like, no.
Captain America shield.
Well,
I didn't even do that. I literally kept it on the floor next to me the entire time.
I made sure that it's been in the shot every time I've been on this channel. So
I appreciate that though. That's really cool though, because then there's people going, wait, what is that? Well, now you know, folks.
well, I know I keep pointing to it every time.
the more
It's like the only. It's like I don't usually like mention it on Is It Rotten unless it's close to the championship.
But you did today, so
which I did on the episode that we recorded on Saturday.
All right, well, Eric, we'll get to you two first. But before we start this grand finale, grand season finale of everything, before everything goes straight to chaos.
Mac, are you doing okay?
I'm doing fine.
You seem a little off today.
I'm so good. Okay, well, anyway, before we start, we gotta go with the staff. So we're gonna go right to the person, we're gonna go right to my fact checker, Zach.
Right.
That's all you have to say, Zach?
I mean, I can't post the thing I'd like to, but that's always
that would be great. Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to do the quote from Young Ones where it's like, "This is a friend of mine named blank. This is a friend of mine named blank, and this is a complete bastard I know named
blank." Gotcha.
God, I need to rewatch that show. I have it on DVD over there. Great show.
Anywho, next to him is going to be our mod, Angie. How's it going, Angie?
Hello, it's going good. Today's a Monday.
Yeah, it's a Monday. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, Pyretta, the second mod. How's it going, my Pyretta?
Doing well, Pixel Pals. How's everybody doing today?
It's doing good. Yeah. Going good, iJobbers. Is that the name we settled on, people?
I mean, we didn't not settle on it.
Yeah, okay. iJobs. Okay, yay, the iJobs. Okay, guys. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, there's way worse other job-related things.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's get to the contestants. Now, originally people were supposed to have 3 people. Sadly, one of them had to drop out for various reasons, and we just hope everything goes well with that person. So we only got 2 people coming in, so it's going to be a 1v1 fight for the belt. So starting with the challenger coming in, he is a former champion. He's straight out of Ohio. Straight up Ohio.
Yeah, he
Mr.
wants
Ryan.
out of Ohio.
He really
No,
wants
not
out.
right. Not with the virus. Fuck that. No, I'm not traveling. Oh, crazy! It's a crazy motherfucker named Ryan
Oh,
from the
shit.
chubby white dude attitudes. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm very excited because Mac actually gave me 4 questions that I'm not gonna be like super scared. Like, because sometimes Max gives me a question and I'm like, shit, I don't know what to talk about because I've never played this game. So feeling good, feeling ready.
Okay.
Yeah, and then me and you have to go back and forth in the DMs till we know what the fuck he's talking about.
Time out. Once again, these questions were not just made by me. They were
Exactly. That's just why majority of them make sense.
You know what? Eric,
Thank you, Angie.
Even though like other people contribute to questions, sometimes I get a question and I'm like, I've never played this game or this game series. I'm screwed. Every one of these questions, they all are easy for me to like come up with a good solid answer, not BS.
A good solid answer, not BS, is a real stretch when it comes to your question 1 answer, but we'll get into it.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. So now the champion, the person that you want me to go ahead? I'm going to go ahead and start. He is the 2-time World Gamer Grudge champion, coming to defend his championship belt for the 3rd time.
I'm only defending it for the 2nd time.
No, actually, it's the 3rd time. You already.
No,
my bad.
That's how math works. I'm not defending it when I take it the first time.
All right, can we now go from Matt can't write to Matt can't do math?
Shut the fuck up, Zach.
I mean, we can just keep
I'll have
going.
your back on that one, Mac, because I'm dyslexic and I suck at math.
All right, so
All
right, Mac has told Zach to shut the or fuck off. Everybody take a drink.
Yeah.
Every time that happens.
Do that again.
Look, my liver cannot survive either Mac's ignorance or Zach's
being
insistence.
told to fuck off.
Oh no, I would make sure you were all like dead by round 2.
Anyway, he is the 1 time. He is defending this championship again. Will he make it 2 times? This is the 1 time world champion.
I know. I'm still the 2-time. I've defended it once. It's my 2nd time defending it. This is my 3rd championship fight.
1.
Let's just play the damn thing. And
Two, then 1, then 1, then 2.
Hey, awesome, how's it going?
Yay.
Can I go home and watch Clue now?
No.
Zach, you are home. We're all
Zach,
home.
You're all
I
home.
was saying we're all home.
Yeah, I know.
No. Home is where I'm drunk.
Zach, you're just going to complain about the damn muscle blast in the damn film which you discussed on Is It Rotten? Damn it. Okay, sorry, I had to say that.
We could barely understand what you said, Mac.
He got mad because he
No,
literally-
that's okay.
Don't
That's
explain it.
okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say we should probably go ahead and give the viewers what they actually came here to watch and start the Gamer Grudge.
Yeah, we kind of BS.
Oh, I thought they were here for Is It
minutes.
Rotten?
Yeah, Is It Rotten?
Yes.
Do you have any names?
Is Gamer Grudge rotten?
Yes.
All
I
right.
mean, who wrote that Eric character? I mean, he lost his way to the finals 3 times. Oh.
Jesus Christ, Eric, I love you. That's amazing.
Fuck this Matt guy. He can't spell or write or read or do anything. Damn it.
God damn it, Eric. That was great. Thank you.
All right. So, do you want me to play the montage? Or
Yeah, play the montage.
Play that montage.
playing this damn montage? Playing a damn montage. It's playing. Yay.
Where's it go?
Shut up. Oh, no, you can't hear it. I think they can hear it,
I'll make a new montage during the summer if you want, Mac. It's not a problem.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Should I avoid Nintendo, or do you guys care? Because I can do Nintendo now with the Switch, but I think Nintendo on YouTube is funky.
I I'd say try and mix it up. It's like
The entire montage just has to be being chased by tarantulas.
would it be
Like that's my. I splice it in for like in under 2 seconds, so Nintendo can't claim it.
question? Would this be season 8 then? Too we be going into because that would work on multiple levels.
Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mac, you didn't mute everybody again for the montage.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, it's not your fault.
So it went back and forth like montage, us, okay, that's fine.
No, it didn't. It just Dirk could hear us during the montage.
Okay, well that works. That works.
Yeah.
They get a little behind the scenes right there. It's good. It's okay.
I know, right? Yeah. Anyway, question number 1.
Ding,
I have
ding.
the little pouches in the freezer, the frozen cocktails.
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you
Are they
bring
the
it up for the
dailies?
whole class?
If it's the
No.
daisy,
She just realized she forgot to mute.
It's Monday. She's got to get her little frozen cocktail.
I know. All right, Zach, you got question number 1 ready?
I do.
All right. So, Carter, you want to read that?
What game character would make a good Doom player, aka Doom guy?
Doomslayer.
Doomslayer.
Doom. It says Doom guy on there. I'm sorry.
No, Doom Slayer, aka Doom Guy.
It's okay, 'cause when you
sorry. I'm
Google
trying to
it,
read
you
it all
get both.
tiny, and I'm dyslexic, genuinely. So give me a break.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're good. No, I'm just reiterating what it says.
Oh yeah, it does. It actually looks like DOOE. Oh yeah, I need to get my eyes done.
All right, this time I'm gonna start with Ryan. Ryan, what is your answer?
Actually, it's
I
clear.
went with Isabella from the Animal Crossing series, and I cannot wait to elaborate on that.
Oh my god, I love the image. Is that a Zach image?
No, no, that was given to me by Ryan.
It's the
They're awesome.
it's the series. It's part of the series of
Wait for the
Yes.
argument, because I can feel it from you. I can
Yeah.
feel it.
All right,
Oh my god, that's so awesome. Though. I'm just saying, like, look at me.
Eric.
I went with Brick from Borderlands.
Okay, I want to see that picture too.
No,
Looks like an MMA fighter.
that's Eric. That's
I
Zach.
love
Zach
this.
wrote
This
that
is
down.
awesome.
Yeah,
No,
Brick
that
is-
I did.
yeah.
That I
That,
did.
that he took the actual picture, which is and Brick as Brick, and then changed as Brick to as Doomslayer.
Okay, Ryan, tell us why your answer is the best.
Okay, so the current Doom guy, as listed on Wikipedia, I don't know, it says Doom guy and Doomslayer, so I'll just call him Doom guy. He is a big, buff, muscular Marine. He is iconic in the role, so I wanted to avoid somebody who wasn't just a carbon copy, because when you just pick a character who's big, strong, and muscular, it's just a carbon copy of the previous guy. And why would you want to just copy that? I wanted to embrace the meme in a way, because the Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizon released on the same day. Some households got both games, and there was a happy marriage between the two games. I noticed a lot of like friendly like interactions and a lot of funny comics. Like one comic I saw, it was like the Doom guy on an island, like just chilling, and then you see Isabella just ripping them apart because she needs to release, because her normal life is not the Doom world. Her life is Animal Crossing, which is fun and joyful, whereas Doom is not that. And I thought, let's go different. Let's embrace it. The internet would applaud this and would love this. If you're going to take away somebody as iconic as Doom guy, why would you replace him with somebody who's just a carbon copy? Let's have fun with it. It's a video game after all. We want to have fun.
Okay.
You should hear the song that they did with Isabel and Doom Guy. It's awesome.
It's wonderful.
Send me that
I
link.
love it.
Yes.
All right, Eric, tell us why Brick Tannen. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong person. Brick should be Doom guy.
Brick, aka the Doomslayer, aka Brick the Berserker, is one of the 4 characters you could play in the original Borderlands. And what he is okay. Yeah, he is a big muscular guy. He can punch things really hard. He can also carry a whole ton of guns. That's because that's the whole thing about Borderlands. You got a whole wide variety of guns. That's the thing about Doom. You got a whole wide variety of guns. You know, it's like it feels like you could you could very easily pluck Brick from the world of Pandora and drop him into hell, because Pandora is basically hell. And you know what? He's got the know-how, he's got the grit, he's got the toughness, and he doesn't even need power armor to take on any of this. The dude will be able to take hits, and I mean, he'll probably still have one of his personal shields, because why would he not? And yeah, he'll be able to punch demons in the face and make them explode.
Okay. All right, Angie, are you ready?
Ready.
Zach, are you ready? Piretta, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. With that said, people, we have the time. We have the time ready.
Yep.
I'm gonna ring the bell. Once I ring the bell, you may start grudging. Now.
Damn.
Now,
So,
the issue with Isabel being
go on.
the Doomslayer
Yeah.
is that Isabel wouldn't. It's like it is a betrayal to Isabel's core features to want to hurt any other being, which is why if you actually watch the Isabel Smash trailer, there's actually no impact between any characters, which is a nice touch. It's like Isabel is the only character reveal trailer with gameplay where two characters are never seen fighting.
Okay, and
that is a core aspect of
and
Isabel,
I understand that's a
that
core
she does not
that
like
may be a
violence.
core aspect of a character, but sometimes people need to let loose and change things up. And as the internet has shown, it can embrace Isabella doing this. Your pick, on the other hand, I thought it was just the Doomslayer without the armor, man. He just looks like it's like, okay, this, like, you're not changing the game formula up. If we're gonna pick a whole new Doomslayer, let's have a little bit of variation to it. It's a first-person shooter, and you're just plugging in another large man. Like, there's nothing really interesting about that. I'm looking at it from a gameplay perspective. You're caring about the character's integrity. These are fictional characters. Like, at the end of the day, Isabella not hurting things isn't going to make or break somebody playing Doom starring Isabel. It's what's going to make or break is if they don't want to have fun. Like, who cares? These are fictional characters. Who cares about integrity?
It's like, but what Brick brings to the table that Isabel doesn't is that when Brick punches a demon in half, he will laugh like a madman. Isabel would be horrified at her actions.
Isabel would be laughing at her actions like she's done. And so, because if we're going to get this weird, they're not going to keep her true to character. She's going to have fun with it. This is like Isabel's most epic nightmare, where she has full control and has an infinite supply of guns, because you're talking about the ability to carry weapons. It's a video game. These inventories are unrealistic. Like, they never make sense, because no person can carry the type of weaponry that you carry in a Doom game. But it's a suspension of disbelief. I am not going to question Isabella having a full inventory that weighs more than her, because it's a video game. Fictional characters, that it's something different, that it is something that is meant to be fun and a nice marriage of the fandoms. Like, it's the greatest thing.
The core issue with your pick is that the question is, what character would make the best Doom guy? And to make your character a Doomslayer, you have to completely change her character.
One aspect of her, which it's Animal Crossing, of course you're not going to allow her to be bad. But you plug a character into a setting like Doom, they can do bad things. It's called Doom. Yes, maybe in your strict definition, Brick might be the best in some people's eyes, but Brick is just a carbon copy, and that's nothing. Or that's not innovative. That's not exciting. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help sell me on like purchasing Doom the Brick Edition. It's just gonna make me go, oh, it's like Doom Eternal, but with maybe a different laugh. Like it's just not doing anything different. And that's my problem with your answer, because I legit like Brick just looks like the Doom guy without his suit. It's not fun. It's just more of the same.
And the thing is about Brick can actually bring his own weaponry to Doom. He doesn't have to just use the weaponry of Doom.
I guess the Borderlands weapons are fun, but I mean, part of what makes Doom iconic, which I'm still keeping, are some of these crazy Doom weapons that Isabella gets to handle.
Yeah, so, but you'll it's like, don't you want to obliterate a demon using the good touch?
No, I didn't like Borderlands.
Oh.
Yeah. So no, unfortunately for me, no, that's not a selling point for me. Borderlands, personally, that style just never worked for me. It just turned me off, and the gameplay was fine. It wasn't anything special to me. I'm not a fan of Animal Crossing. I'm not the one playing it. My wife's the one.
And that is Time Fighters.
God. I was gonna jump into that one. Hater.
I had fun with that answer. I wasn't going for an answer that was like, oh yeah, this is textbook. I wanted to go outside the box, have fun with it.
No, the answer that would have been, oh, this is textbook, is just going Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief. Yeah, like we both avoided Master Chief.
I'm like, I don't want to do Master Chief. I don't want to do BJ Blazkowicz.
Sure, fucking Marcus Phoenix.
Marcus Phoenix would not be a good Doomslayer.
Well. Mac?
Mac, you're muted.
Oh. We can't hear you, Mac.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Anybody got a question?
Yes, actually.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Have either of you played Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal?
No.
Not yet. Not Doom Eternal, because I don't have unlimited funds for video games.
Okay. Do you know what the glory kills are?
Oh, yeah. I do know.
Okay. Because I want you guys to pitch me your character's glory kill.
Is that pretty much like in Mortal Kombat, like when you get a fatality?
Yeah.
Yes, except it serves a function.
Oh.
That would be like an ultra combo, but anyway.
Oh, okay. So it's like
you get like health and
back. Yeah, you can get health back. There's a regain system in it.
Okay. Oh. Cool. I'm good. I've came up with my answer, and when we're ready, we'll do it.
Yeah. Right. I believe you would go first.
Yeah, you're going first.
All right. So. All right, so Isabella, she's from Animal Crossing. So what is this combo? This is the bringing down the house. So as you're playing along and you're struggling, if you're in a pinch, you can unload this moment that will drop a house onto, like, say you're getting swarmed, and this house will come in, flatten everything in your path, and you can go inside the house, and inside there'll be like, it can be random, like some of the items that could potentially help you. And like there's a little, like you pull it off, there's a time limit, it'll kill the enemies around you. And then you have like 10, 15 seconds to go inside the house and find something that could help you along. And then it disappears and then you move along. Bring down the house.
Okay. All right.
Kind of reminds me of her smash move a little bit.
That's literally her final. Well, it's technically literally Villager's final smash, because Isabel's final smash is creating the town hall.
I'm pretty proud of that, because that was all from my head. I don't give a shit about Smash, so I'm pretty. I feel good about pulling that from nothing.
You're killing me tonight, Ryan.
I don't Nintendo. I play Pokemon and that's it. That's literally it.
All right. So mine is Brick runs up to a pair of enemies, right hook, yes, like grab it right into one head, left hook into one head, smashes them together, and giant explosion, giant blood explosion, large area of effect, and using his ability that he gets naturally in the game, he regains health with every punch that he gives.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and also being able to take two at a time is already a thing. It's already interesting. I don't know.
All right.
I feel like I'm the only one who played Doom 2016 here. Other than I know Mac did, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I am more of a Wolfenstein guy, but
I mean, I play Wolfenstein too. I love Wolfenstein. Zach, the facts.
okay. Give me a second because I have two interesting images to bring up if I can get them. But fact, there's way more guns in Borderlands than there is in Doom.
Oh yeah.
11 to there are where was it? There's like 750,000 different variations of gun in
That's the epitome of too much. Like
well,
that,
it's
to me
all right. So those numbers are inflated a bit because there's a lot less guns, but there's permutations of that same gun.
I understand
how much
that.
ammo and damage spreads and whatnot.
Yeah, well, and guns are completely used differently. One is a pickup.
Yeah.
And one is this is your main weapon. These are very, very different ideas.
Some of the gun designs in Borderlands are
okay. So this is what Doomslayer looks like without his helmet.
Okay.
This is what's left in the game code.
Yeah.
You said that looks like Brick.
I've never seen him without his helmet. All right.
I was gonna say you aren't wrong. No, these guys could easily be related.
Yeah.
Except maybe Brick uses more roids.
I was asked if Brick was related to Brock Lesnar.
Oh Jesus, he does look like Lesnar. Yeah.
That would not surprise me if they added that to the lore at some point. Borderlands lore is kind of nuts already.
Well, I mean, isn't the Doomslayer descended from B.J. Blazkowicz?
And then Commander Keen.
Yes.
It's all
so why not just add Brick to that ancestry?
Because nobody wants to acknowledge Gearbox exists anymore. Due to Mr. Pitchford.
Yeah, fuck Randy Pitchford.
The most uncontroversial stance in video games.
The most uncontroversial stance. Fuck Randy Pitchford.
Yeah. I think everyone.
Right. Parada, I'm gonna let you go first. Who you thought won?
This one's hard because I know which one I would want to play versus like which one I feel the purist would want to play.
Fuck the purist. Purists ruin everything.
But I understand what it's like to be a purist because I always hate on all the jokers that come out. So, but because I can't just go with what I would want to play or what the purist would want to play, I have to go with what was presented to me because I like to be fair and go with the actual debate. The fact that bringing up what they feel the players rather would be interested in, the whole point of why we all play video games, is basically the only going to be the reason that I make this decision here on this particular one. Excuse me, doggo. And that's the fact of the fun value. And so I'm going to give it to Ryan. It is the game that I would want to play because I love Animal Crossing, but I feel it would probably do less in sales by far than if we actually had Brick as the Doomslayer. I feel that would be the one the purists would want to see. And I can understand that. And that would probably make the better game. But argument-wise, I'm going to give this round to Ryan.
All right. Zach?
Okay, you are very correct about the purist argument. But here's what I think. I think Ryan's idea would make a great DLC campaign. I feel like Eric's would actually make a full Doom game. That's how I feel about it. Like I am not against that idea. I'm like, which one could I actually play a full game of Doom with? And to be honest, I'd get sick of Isabella pretty quick. You know,
That's fair.
This would be like, okay, I play Doom to play Doom. So, so the similarities are, but also, well, I do like the idea of bringing in the final Smash. That would also be better in the context of a DLC pack to me.
See, I had no idea that was her final Smash. That's
great. That's great. That's great.
Somebody didn't do their research.
I didn't need to research Smash for a Doom question.
Oh yeah, I didn't need to. Yeah, no, you don't need to research memes. Are you nuts? Memes.
2020.
Yeah.
Yo, hindsight's 2020. Oh, damn.
Oh gosh.
I just dabbed on stream.
And then somebody just comes and punches Eric in the face for doing it.
I mean, we were all thinking it.
So, Zach, you're giving it to Eric.
I'm giving it to Eric just because it makes the most sense, but I do want to say Doom Brick Edition would make me afraid to buy because I'm afraid that means it's going to brick my system. But I'd still buy that over it,
All right. Angie?
I mean, it's kind of hard because all I could think is like with Eric's, it just seems like Brick is just another Doom guy. He's just like he's just another doomslayer that he's just stuck in the same position kind of thing, where Ryan's is just kind of like, it's kind of funny, it's comical, but I see where Zach's coming from. I do also kind of see it as more of like a DLC. It would still be cool as like a game in its own, but I do also kind of see it more as like a DLC where Eric's does make more sense as a game in itself. But
It's hard, isn't it?
It is. It's really hard. But I think I'm also going to be going with Eric on this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I would love to see Isabel.
Trust me, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Let me go ahead. How y'all put it against me. I knew this was coming. Ryan, you said the current Doom guy is iconic, but we need something to embrace the meme, which Isabella does. Things against it is a betrayal to her character, but you also counter that by saying that people loves to embrace the change. And then you said basically this is it's her final finish, which is something interesting. Eric, you said Brick is a big muscular guy who can carry a ton of guns. And that's interesting. And also you argued that it is a common copy. It's basically a carbon copy of the character. Now, like I said, when I first heard this, I really was thinking Conker's Bad Fur Day, but you didn't embrace it a little bit more fuller. I wish you went there, Ryan. I wish you went more Conquer Bad Fur Day, like making Isabella cuss and stuff like that. Actually get a chainsaw one time and cut some people up. If you went there, I was like ultimately down, but I was down once you told me the character, but you didn't like go deeper in. You know what I'm saying? You didn't go deeper into it.
That's fine.
But I was going, but even with that, I was going to go for your answer. But what Zach said is 150% true.
But that's not a part of Eric's argument. If you're gonna go with Eric, go with what he argued. He never argued that.
Look.
That's my only complaint. Zach's not arguing for Eric. Eric didn't bring that up himself. Only thing I gotta say about that.
I have it written down. He did not say that. So, according to that, he's according to that, he's right. Eric did not say that, but the things against Eric is just a carbon copy, and it's basically Doom guy. And look, unlike both Angie and Zach, I'm not a big Doom fan, so I could go play that game. So taking what Zach said out of the question, which is right. She did not argue that. Eric did not bring this up. So yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. Ryan, he's right. Yeah, Ryan.
Why would I bring up that it would be good?
Well, no, you didn't know that it would. No, Zach brought up that my pitch is the DLC, whereas your pitch is a full game.
Yeah,
I just brought up.
You didn't bring it up.
You
I brought up that yours was not good. Period.
Yeah.
So why would me bringing up Zach's point even contribute to that?
Because it's a fake compromise and a good tactic.
So we're split on our vote.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what?
We are. Can I say quick?
Wait, Zach, if you pitch the question, shouldn't you override it?
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't do. No, I just wanted to say quick. Doom Guy and Brick may look a lot alike, but character-wise, they're not really anything alike.
yeah, but it goes back to the whole.
No, just in general.
Right.
Like, no, Eric did not bring that up. He
Right.
should have, because one of them was a gang leader and is like a greedy and has that kind of character, where the other one just wants to be done with this shit.
Once again, Eric did not bring that up.
Yeah, but you know who else didn't bring up anything having to do with this character? Ryan.
Exactly, but Ryan actually explains.
Oh no, I'm not justifying either. I'm fact checking.
Yeah, Zach is just doing what Zach does best, which is
I'm just writing what you're saying.
Zach's the fact checker. What do we do in the situation of a tie? I'm not used to 4 judges. So.
Last time we did this, we actually, Angie, did we just give them both the point or
split the atom?
Yeah. So we get a point. So yay! This round don't
Christ help me if this happens every round.
PvP, I could just tell.
No, I don't think this might not go. I don't know. It might not.
All right, next question. All right,
next question. Oh crap. Question number 2. Angie, will you read the question?
Yes. Question 2 is worst setting in a game to go on a vacation.
All right, this time I'm gonna start with Eric.
I went with Chemical Plant Zone from the Sonic series.
Oh, I love the picture. Oh my god.
I have nightmares about that screen.
Ryan?
I went with Hell from Dante's Inferno.
Damn it, boy.
I can both feel the frustration and just like see it, just looking at the picture. I could just feel it in my soul.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys played it. That game was fucking hard.
Oh yeah,
But that was my mistake playing it on like the hardest difficulty, because I was like, oh, I can play this no problem.
Well, you play God of War, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask Angie Piretta, what did the chat say before we dive into the next round?
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Did somebody give a better answer?
No.
No, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Somebody gave an answer. I know they did.
No, they gave an answer. You said better.
Shut up. 0 was the answer.
Mac,
Zero's our manager, dude.
You're not. No.
That seems unethical.
No, 0 from Mega Man X. 0.
Are you implying that he didn't star in Mega Man X?
I don't know. 0 could. I mean, I think 0 is like a. You know what? I think 0 to he could be a good dim seller. He can kill people. Anyway, Eric, tell us why Chemical Zone is the worst place to go on a vacation.
Right, so Chemical Plant Zone, right? It's a chemical plant. It's full of chemicals. It's full of pathways that no human can traverse. There is no surviving organic beings in there. It's all machinery. There's literally a 0% chance that you will come out of there alive unless you're a fast blue hedgehog or you have some sort of crazy mechanical thing that a blue hedgehog will destroy. You're under constant fear of drowning under purple chemical water. And once again, it's like the pathways will drive you insane just trying to navigate them, just trying to leave. It's great level design, like conceptually, but if you really stop and think about how how a person would get from point A to point B in Chemical Plant, it will drive you to legit insanity. Especially when you have to realize it's a chemical plant. People need to work there. So how do people get around in Chemical Plant? They don't. They never leave. You can only leave if you're Sonic. It's torture.
That's it. You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, he's laughing. Okay, good. I was like, is he laughing or yawning? I'm not certain.
No, I am laughing because he said you can never leave.
You can never leave Chemical Plant.
Damn it. All right, Ryan, top that.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So, yes, everything that was described previously sounds bad, but I'm taking you to fucking hell. You're not an epic knight who possesses fantastical weapons. If you're me, you're a fat schmuck from Dayton, Ohio, who, if he goes to hell, there is no end game. There's no getting out. There's no magic. Like, I'm not going to be able to beat Satan at the end of that. I'm not even going to get through the first part. This is hell, guys. This is because I grew up and I was told at an early age to be a good person or hell is your punishment, and I had a fear of it. This game encapsulates the worst of hell, like the divine comedy description to the nth degree, because it's a video game, so you have to rev it up. This is not pleasant. It's in the name. You don't want to go there. A chemical plant, somebody's working there. Eggplant is a humanoid character who got there. So why I almost went to the argument. My mistake. The point is, there is no escape for me if I go to this version of hell. I am not capable. No one on earth is capable of getting out of the hell presented in Dante's Inferno. Like, because it's just insane. It's hell. It's the worst thing. I don't want to go to hell for vacation. That's why. I'm glad you laughed, Mac. I'm glad you laughed.
I mean, I'm laughing because Zach finally got to look up some scriptures now.
I went to religious school, motherfucker.
Yeah, me and Zach got enough of that bullshit for one lifetime. We're good.
And also, the first circle of hell is limbo. Okay. That's what you need to get out of.
Yeah, but if I remember the game correctly, there are still things there.
Oh no,
Limbo's the junk box that sits on the coffee table.
Limbo was a party game.
Oh, that game.
Okay, honestly, a party game version of Dante's Inferno would be awesome.
I love you.
It would just be called Divine Comedy. But...
Doka Pond Kingdom.
All right, guys. Let's go get started. I'm gonna ring the bell. Angie, are you ready?
Ready.
Zach, are you ready? Proretta?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's get this one on the roll!
Man.
So, presumably, if Dante's Inferno had gotten a sequel, it would be going through into the other half of the Divine Comedy.
That's fair, but guess what? I'm not nobody on this chat is capable of making through the trials. None of us are going to make through the trials of what our Dante had to go through. And
presumably, it is based off of source material, and regular Dante was no fighter.
Yeah, and that's
regular
why
Dante
we're not talking about the Divine Comedy. We're talking about the hell presented in the game, which is so much worse, so much more brutal. And here's the thing about Chemical Plants, and as an avid Sonic player, there's a little thing that kind of ruins your argument. Whenever Sonic frees one of those little creatures, they get to escape. They've left the zone. Just because we've only seen Sonic physically leave doesn't mean it's impossible. Eggman got there. There's a way for humans to get through.
It's so great that Sonic frees these animals only for them to get dunked into acid.
That's not what happens. When you free them from their robotics enslavement, they just bounce along into freedom.
They bounce along into the purple sludge.
If that happens, you can't use that argument because in game that's not how it happens because it's a kid's game. So, That's why I went with a game that was rated M. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I'm going, like, it's hell, man. I don't know if you probably
listen. I've been watching Legend of Tomorrow all season. You go in and out of hell like it's nothing.
Yeah, if it's DC's version of hell, we're talking about Dante's Inferno, where if you're
DC stands for Dante's Inferno
for eternity. I don't want that. I don't want my head to be dug up to my neck and then people chop off bits of my face or all these horrible things that happen. No, give me the Chemical Plant Zone any day of the week over hell, please. I will find a way. Knuckles is slower than Sonic. He was able to climb his way out of that shithole. If Knuckles can climb out,
Knuckles is still pretty damn fast.
He's fast, but he's not as fast as Sonic. And you can play as Tails and get through there. There are ways where
Tails can fly.
There's ways
well, not in
you
Super.
as a person could get out of Chemical Plant Zone. There's nobody on this earth who is physically capable of taking on Dante's Inferno as is. Like, nobody could handle that. It's insane. It's not meant to. You're not supposed to get out of hell. That's the point.
Well, you're not supposed to get out of the drudgery of a 9-to-5 job. And that's what Chemical Plant is. It's a drudgery of a 9-to-5 job. You're going on vacation to a job that can literal kill
out
you.
of that job.
Except you can't because it's literal torture.
I'm telling you. At the end of the day, you're describing a job where I'm describing one of the worst places a person could go. If it exists, I hope it doesn't.
Yes,
See,
you're talking about all hypotheticals here, man.
And Chemical Plant Zones is a hypothetical as well. I'm just saying.
No, like chemical plants exist. Pollution exists.
People go all the time to Chemical Plant Zones.
Drowning in purple water is a real threat. Hell is fake.
See, we're talking about video games. You can't use fake as a legitimate argument. I'm just talking about a little cute.
I'm trying to win Zach's vote here, all right?
Yes. Like, even though, like, hell, like, if you're into that kind of thing, is romanticized on, like, but the Dante's hell that is presented, nobody has a good time. Nobody gets to say, well, I was evil in real life and I get to have fun. No, if you're human and you go to hell, it's torture. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Every single one of us, if we were put in Dante's shoes, we wouldn't get to have a good time. It would be a bad time, and that's why you should vote for Dante's Inferno. I can't believe it's not been 5 minutes. I'm kind of losing my mind. I thought it had been 5 minutes already.
Now you're in hell.
No, Matt's checking sports. No, he's checking sports scores.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, he's not. No,
he's on his phone instead of writing. He literally is doing that.
Probably Googling shit. But at the end of the day,
if he was gonna Google stuff, he'd use his laptop. I know that because he can't see that well on his phone screen.
Yeah. One level is hell. One level is Chemical Plant Zones that exist.
Macpool, get off your phone. Get back to the show. Start hosting. Time's up. Let's go.
Bing.
You didn't tell me time's up, damn it. Okay.
Basically, when we start calling you an asshole, you should know time's up.
Oh.
Just in general.
Okay.
Rule of thumb.
Okay, I can't use that tone anymore because I have not.
Man, the whole Boondock Saints bit just went through my fucking head. Rule of thumb.
Oh yeah, I know.
Love it.
We have come here to yeah, damn. I have nothing written here because basically I just went back and forth. No offense. The reason why I haven't written nothing down because y'all just kept destroying each other's arguments.
Sure, you can claim that, but I disagree.
Y'all just like fling shit around and just like, okay, nothing sticked on something. Nothing sticked
my ass. Damn it, man.
Nothing sticked on one side of the argument. That's what I meant.
Raise your hand if we bar Mac from voting this round.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Passed.
Hey, Mac technically rose his hand, so that means that he voted for himself too.
Right. Who has a question?
All right, but who has a question? No, I think I got one.
Okay, it better be better than mine, or I'll be mad.
I was gonna say Pyretta had one.
Okay, Pyretta.
Okay. So it's going to be the same question to both of you. You get to take turns. Okay. You're going to be in the other person's vacation spot. So Ryan's going to the chemical plant. Eric's going to hell. What 3 items do you take with you to get yourself out? Go.
Okay.
Ooh. John Constantine.
He's not an item.
John Constantine inside of the jump ship.
Should that count? Because he's still naming off a person.
I mean, that depends. I mean, Pyretta, I mean, me and you are really probably the only ones that know Hellblazer that much.
Oh, yeah, dude, no. Yeah, like.
Yeah, but so I'm like, honestly, would he give a shit? No, he wouldn't.
No, he
John
wouldn't.
Constantine would not give enough of a shit to be like, no, I won't do that. No, he doesn't care if he's treated as an object.
Yeah, he really doesn't. He's fine with being a thing, a place, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'll accept that because that, like, let's face it, he wouldn't care. Like, we're not taking away any rights if he doesn't believe he has any.
Yeah.
Already.
Then if I needed to, I would say John Constantine's soul coin. if it needed to be a thing.
Oh my God, really? Okay.
I mean, that does count because it is an item. Well, you get to name 3 items, so.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, we're not done yet.
John Constantine's soul coin, a time courier.
This sounds like it's supposed to be like bail money or something.
And I don't know, the Atom suit. Why not? Why not just complete the trifecta?
OP shit and any.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Okay.
It's how I know how to deal with hell. The way the legends do.
All right. Ryan?
So for my 3 items, I would have a jetpack. Just whatever game, like just a jetpack that would constantly work. I'm not picking a video game jetpack that is only going to work for a little bit of time because the only way I'm going to get around is by using my jetpack to fly around. The next thing on my list, I'll get the Spartan armor from Halo because that shit will protect me because that shit is indestructible apparently because all the crap that it goes through, and then if you just wait long enough, it regenerates. So yeah, and then let's see, the jetpack, the Halo suit, just like a big ass gun so I can blast my way through if I'm like stuck on a wall and I can't fly over. That's all I need. It's not that difficult. And like John Constantine, as you guys said, isn't going to give a fuck about Eric.
No, he's not
going to save him.
No, he's not going to give a fuck if he's treated as an object.
Yeah, but here's the thing: he doesn't give a fuck about you, man. He's not going to give up his coin for you.
Ryan,
he doesn't give a shit about you.
Time's up.
All right.
I mean, that's not the worst.
All right, so if he rebutted one thing, I got to rebut one thing. The Master Chief armor can't survive in water.
I have a jetpack.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think it's technically water though.
Yeah, it's like
is it?
I think it's plant. They're forcing out water.
Hey, I was actually gonna bring that up in the facts section.
It is.
Eric,
it is not water.
You know what it's called?
It's purple water.
No, it's called Mega Mac. Like it has a name.
Wow. I didn't. Been playing all my life. Never knew it had a name.
It has a name, you guys.
And apparently Sonic is the only one immune to it. Kills everything else over time. Sorry, I just needed to figure it out. So I'm like, what is that? What is that shit? And I'm like, oh, it has a name.
Mega Man.
Because Sonic fans are crazy.
Well, not gonna lie. Growing up, I always thought it was like some sort of slime or something. Just like a very liquefied slime.
I figured it was like the Mega Man version of the ooze from TMNT.
Yeah, but then nobody mutated.
So
no, you died instead. You know, it's definitely not the same. It was like it.
I was gonna say, where do you think all the purple color came from?
All right.
I also wanted to correct Eric. It would be there would be 3 games because there are 3 books, not 2.
Right.
Because
Correct.
it would go from Inferno to Purgatorio to Paradiso.
I have a theory that's totally unrelated that Cuphead is kind of like meant to be a parallel to the first part of the Inferno. That if they were smart, the sequel Cuphead would be the next part of the Divine Comedy.
Well, I mean, Satan's already a thing in that game.
Yeah, so it's easy to make that connection.
And they escaped Satan's wrath.
Yeah,
honestly, I would be more afraid of that place. Just, honestly, like, imagine those creatures having to live amongst them. Oof.
All right. Well, Zach, what's your facts, buddy?
I gave
he just
facts.
listed off.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
Also, I mean, I gave you. It's like Eric was wrong about the amount and stuff like that. And here's the name of it, and here's the name of the stuff in Sonic, and what it actually does.
Yes.
okay.
These are facts.
All right.
The other parts, I mean, were generally stuff that would be up for debate. Whether hell is real. I mean, these are questions I will answer in my own time. So.
Anyway, Angie, who you thought won?
Well, this one was also a little hard because I understand both arguments. But thinking about it, I also feel that hell's a little bit of a cop-out for a really crappy vacation spot.
It's a good answer.
I mean, it is a good answer. I will give you that. It is a good answer because I wouldn't want a vacation in hell either. But I also feel like out of all the games that we have, I feel like maybe I just feel like hell might have been like a little bit of a cop-out.
Mac's the one who let me pick it. I just had to specify the game. Blame Mac.
All right, I'm gonna go Matt.
Well, I think I was gonna go with Eric's answer just because like I wouldn't want to go and like travel in some sort of weird chemical thing that's more than likely just gonna kill me because Sonic's the only one that can survive it.
Right.
Where at least like in hell, I feel like it would just be like a repeating process kind of a thing, especially.
Like that's not a selling point to me, but
all right. Let me explain. I'm gonna go next because this is the first time I'm gonna do this. Because
I thought you got outvoted.
Yeah, you got outvoted.
Yeah, you're not
get a
supposed
vote.
to answer this soon.
No, okay. Anyway, my answer is I don't give.
Heckin' rude.
So my answer, seriously, I think after going over on everything, my answer would have to go to Ryan. Main reason, and I know you're gonna say, "Oh, it's just like a cop-out answer." Eric, no offense, you just explained work.
Yeah, work is hell.
Yeah, but it's not a vacation.
Look, he works at Walmart during these times. When he says work is hell, he means it. I'm just gonna say.
That sucks. I'm sorry, dude.
It does. But yeah, I do agree that it is, but it's not a vacation. And going to hell, you could turn to a next world, or you could be enjoying something, and it could turn out to be a vacation. It could be a repeat of the same thing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I watched Preacher, and sometimes it could be a good thing, and then all of a sudden it could just turn into the same thing over and over again.
That's the beautiful. That's what makes hell so evil. It tricks you.
It tricks you.
Yeah.
Watch Preacher. It's pretty fucked up. So I gotta go. I'm going with Ryan here, based on what Eric is. He just basically said it's work, and I was like, yeah, okay. So yeah, round one. There we go. I gave my answer.
Zach.
So Zach.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little different track on this. Since this is a vacation, I'm going under the assumption that you will be able to leave at some point.
Oh, fair.
And it's not just time will be up just like any other vacation.
Right.
So I'm not going to go with the whole infinite time here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Ryan's just because that one seems like it would mentally scar me the most. Also, Eric sort of stopped fighting halfway through.
He did the bullshit. Yeah. Eric did his little bullshit.
And he stopped actually talking about how bad Chemical Plant Zone would be. Just how hell
There's only
is it
so
that
many
bad?
things. There's only so many times you can say you can fall into chemicals.
Well, no, you could describe how chemical burns work.
Yeah. Eric also did.
That's what I would have done, you know.
Eric showed his hand to me.
Like
early,
you know, you get all the way to the skin, it starts to crackle off. And, yeah, see, like honestly, that would have been the way to go. Eric.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You didn't do that.
I'm surprised Ryan didn't like pick up on the vibe that Eric is like, just like I am literally.
Oh no, he picked up on it.
Oh, trust me, I was going for it. I wasn't holding back.
No, like, I'm gonna show my ass and you just kick it.
But, I do think that Dante's Inferno, the game, is also overlooked, but the movie is trash.
Oh yeah, that movie sucked.
All right, let's not get to the film. Pirata.
Okay.
Next on Is It Rock?
No.
Incorrect.
Hell no.
Both debated as the premise of it is us. It is not like a character going. It is not some sentient being. It is literally you. So it'd be like Pirata on vacation. And I'm going, okay, both are definitely suck. Now, without going all super religious here, because I could, but I'm not going to, because I understand many of our viewers don't have the same faith as me, and that's totally fine. I'm going to go with a different route. Knowing that I am a Christian, I would probably, unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, probably survive in hell because faith. Cheap little cop out there. But
Worst fucking shit if I ever heard it.
I would die without this. If I'm around noxious
I'm just kidding.
I literally just stop fucking breathing. It's a fact. You have your own 409, grease lightning, all kinds of stuff.
Don't tell me this bullshit is happening again. Damn it!
And actually, Mac, here's the thing: it's not because you don't get a vote.
Yeah, no, it is. In fact, like they both said, it would be us. So now, which one would ideally mentally fuck me up the most? Oh, probably going to hell. But I wouldn't last long in the chemical plant because I'd be fucking dead within 10 seconds. I'd be breathing in noxious chemicals, like, dead. So, on this one, and yeah, like Angie says, that, hell's kind of a cop-out because there's literally...
Mac let me pick it.
Yeah.
Like, I had another answer. Mac let me go with it. So
I'm giving my point to Eric this round. Hey, you got my point last round.
So here we go. Look.
But without this, I would die. So yeah, the chemical plant would suck. Not that there's sulfur in fucking hell.
Damn it!
Well, Jesus Christ, it's like that. It's like last week's episode of Rick and Morty. She's written us into the worst type of writing, where, well, I would survive because I'm a Christian. It's like that. God damn.
I mean, yeah.
I've been 3 fucking days. I'm just saying.
No, but that is predicated on you being Catholic specific, though, because of Dante's Inferno is Catholic.
Right. All right.
Sorry, Pirata. If
I went to Catholic school.
No, but you would have to be a practicing Catholic. That's
I'm a non-denominational Christian, but we also pay attention to the Old Testament, which is important, which is heavily done by
I am.
Yay! We split the points again. Cool.
No. Angie, do you want to do this? I mean, it's something. Is Angie, Zach, you okay with giving them doing this, or you want to do something different?
I kind of I like the splitting of the points thing because it's making the rest of it very confusing.
Of course, you like it.
It's going to make the last 2 rounds mean a lot.
Oh, yeah, trust me, it's.
I mean, once again, technically, you guys voted that Mac doesn't get a vote, so it's technically
Shut
2
the
to 1.
fuck up, Eric.
I made that as a bit.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm explaining.
I'm just leaning in.
Anyone tries.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll split the points again, so they each have 2 points.
All right, but if it splits again, we got to do something different. We can't do this shit all the time. If it splits again,
and this is why we don't do 4 judges.
Yes. Angie, if it splits again, though, we gotta.
I have something else in mind that we can do if it.
Yeah. I'm just being honest because we can't let this be split out of the way there.
No, you're good. I got something else in mind. You got it.
All right, cool. Question number 3. Zach, you want to read it, or you want me to do it?
I mean,
Zach, read it because Mac would get too much joy from reading it.
yeah.
No! I want to read it.
What game character could kill Superman? And yes, I had to go with the Death and Return of Superman logo. That
that is
right to not have it.
No, you didn't say it right, Zach. What character could kill fucking Superman?
Mac. It's
Fuck
okay.
him.
No,
With a
Mac.
kryptonite bullet.
Oh dear God. Not that again.
This is why you don't grudge anymore, Mac.
I just say, hey, Superman, fuck you. Okay.
How did you lose to this guy, Eric?
It's a mystery.
Yeah, you got to look yourself in the mirror every day now. Going,
I lost to Mac.
How did this happen to me?
All right, Ryan, what is your answer?
Kratos from the most recent iteration of God of War.
Please tell me. Oh, damn it, you don't got a picture of him killing Superman. Fuck. Okay. Eric.
I went with Ganon from the Legend of Zelda series.
No picture of killing Superman. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn it.
Look, I'm not going to commission fan art for your fetishes here.
Look. It's not.
Don't
Look,
even
This
think
Mac
about
is
Mac.
this is a pure Mac fan service type of question. Like,
look.
No,
If
when I
y'all,
said fetish, I meant fetish.
guys, I'm just letting you know right now. If you want to send your fan art of a character killing Superman, send it to
Mac Pull on Twitter.
Yeah, send it to Matt Pull on Twitter.
And
Actually, send it to GG Game Fixers, and send me your art because I want to see it. I want to see how you would kill Superman.
Yep.
And send me actually a kryptonite bullet through his head. There we go.
and he will send you a picture of himself standing in sweatpants and pitching a tent. That's
Yeah. I also want to. I want to.
No. That's exclusive content for our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
God damn it! All right, Eric.
This just went down a whole weird rabbit hole.
Did it?
Eric,
We were
that was
just
wonderful.
talking about hell, so I
well,
mean,
Yes, the Game Fixers OnlyFans has now escaped the Cards Against Humanity stream.
Yeah. So if you want to see, I want to see Matt shooting Superman with a kryptonite bullet. Anyway, Ryan, tell us why your answer is correct.
So I decided to go with one of the most brutal, badass game characters I could think of, for 2 reasons. You need a brute to kill Superman. You can't have somebody who's not going to get into that, like, in his face and fuck him up. Kratos is not going to be afraid to fuck him up. He's not going to be afraid to use any type of weapon. And the other reason I picked Kratos, Superman's greatest weakness isn't kryptonite, because every time somebody uses kryptonite, he finds a way to get to the sun and to just make it happen to, like, survive the kryptonite. The best way to beat Superman is magic. Magic. And Kratos' weapons are all magical weapons that are designed in part to kill gods. And at this point in Superman's fandom, the dude's a god. Like, the people treat him like, you can't bring up an argument and include Superman, like, who would win in a fight, because Superman fans are always going to bring up whatever reference they want to say he's unbeatable when the dude's not. Superman, I love him as a character, but he's not somebody who can't be beaten. Kratos is a guy who can beat him. And Kratos is a guy who doesn't care. Like, he's not going to feel guilty about it. He's killed pantheons of gods and doesn't care. He's going to kill Superman, and he's going to do it with blood on his face. Mac, I hope you can sleep tonight without that image keeping you up, because I know it's going to keep you up because you love it so much. That's it. Kratos, he's brutal.
I'm gonna sleep like a fucking baby tonight.
Italy.
One eyelid at a time. Thinking about that. Eric, tell us why Ganon will fuck Superman up.
So there was essentially 3 criteria that I took when choosing who I would who I would select for this fight. A, they'd have to be able to take a punch from Superman. B, they'd have to be able to punch Superman. And C, they would have to be able to use magic. And who has a fist that's literally a punch of a warlock? And that is Ganon, in literally any form that he takes, because the dude is actually immortal. You literally can't kill him. Even the weapons that are designed to defeat him can at best imprison him, and he will then later still escape. It's like the only things that can take Ganon down are other parts of the Triforce. And that is part of the reason why I chose Ganon, because A, he has the means and motive to take down Superman, but B, Superman does not have the means to take him down. He does not have access to the Master Sword. He does not have access to the light arrows. And if they're just in any scenario, if these two characters are just plucked with what they have on them and placed into a generic battlefield, just one-on-one, Ganon would be the victor, because Ganon can only be taken down by two things that Superman does not have access to, while Superman is very vulnerable to the wide variety of magic that Ganon has access to. And not to mention that Ganon himself is very strong. It's like, once again, regardless of whatever form he takes, because the dude's got a lot of forms, especially adding like another 7 or so from Breath of the Wild. The dude has many forms. And it takes a lot to take him down. And just in a war of attrition, Ganon will beat down Superman. And magically, so Superman won't be in a healing coma. He will be straight up dead. I'll just take that as my timer.
It works. You had 45 seconds left, but it works.
So funny. Was Ganon? Was that Ganon?
He will be dead. Notification.
Notification. Yes. So
notification to the hitman.
Yeah.
No, it was a text for you're gonna die in 7 days.
All right, and so I got a question before we start this fight. Angie, Pyretta, I know you're both Zelda fans.
Yes.
How you feeling? How you feeling about that one?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, but it's definitely leaning more towards one way. Right. I don't know about you, Pyretta, but
the arguments, because if there's not a bloodbath here, it's gonna make it hard.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, we might have another tie.
No, we got something else in mind.
You guys need to draw blood. Go for the third. I'm just saying.
Kill each. I want to see Superman fucking dead, and I'm what?
Okay, Max, ring the bell.
Finish him! Kill him!
So
I just want to say, both of us have great answers.
Yes, all right.
That's
correct.
something I wanted to acknowledge. I'm not here to say that I'm not here to argue that Ganon couldn't do it.
Right.
Like, we both picked characters who are much more capable than the bullshit that Mac was trying to sell us when we pitched our answers.
And now here is my main issue with you choosing Kratos, because you specifically chose Kratos from the most current
iteration,
God of War.
Yeah.
The most current iteration of Kratos is a father who has that bit of humanity that Superman would be able to connect to, ultimately ending the battle if he's able to connect to Kratos on a human level, because of their shared
Kratos
experiences of being fathers.
Of somebody, like, it does, like, humanity isn't going to protect Superman because, like, connecting on family bonds didn't work in the game itself. It doesn't matter. Like, he's a brutal killing machine. That axe is going to follow Superman wherever he goes. It's going to pin him right in his back, and then Kratos is going to unleash the blades, and it's going to be glorious. And that's what's fun about these, like, types of battles, is you take two characters that normally would never interact, because there's never going to be a world where Nintendo and DC make an agreement and Ganon's going to show up in a DC Fighters game.
Correct.
And Kratos, maybe, but that's a stretch, because, like, it would have to be Kratos in a Mortal Kombat game and Superman happened to be a DLC character too. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
like
just
great.
the only
It's like
reason
there's like a couple levels of degrees of separation where it's like DC versus Mortal Kombat is Mortal Kombat 8, and then Kratos was a DLC character in Mortal Kombat 9. So it's like
so it's
degrees of
possible.
separation.
The
But
degrees between Ganon and Superman are too great. Now, the only reason I'm not sure about Ganon is because of the fact that Ganon gets beaten by Link all
once
the time,
again,
and Superman is super intelligent. I feel like he would realize this battle's going on, and he would look for a solution to stop Ganon, because that's what these Superman fans bring up. Like, well, Superman's super intelligent, so
Yeah.
he would find a way to stop him. And you brought
Yes,
up that Ganon's immortal. Well, I've gotten immortal on my side too. So that's the beauty. That's what's great. We have two immortal characters. We're going to be spinning around in circles for the next couple minutes. Because at the end of the day, I don't think the humanity argument is going to work to convince Kratos. It's just not. It's never worked before. It's only about protecting himself and the people he cares about. If Superman is in his way of getting to his son, Kratos is going to get to his son. Whereas Ganon is motivated by selfish means. So oddly enough, I think because Kratos has that boy, that character that he cares about, he's going to get it done. He's going to take care of his kid. He's going to get to his son. Whereas Ganon, motivated by selfishness, I don't know if that's going to be enough, because Superman's
all it's going to take is boy being in one perilous situation and Superman saving him for the fight to stop. And that's all I'm saying.
But in the scenario you described, it would just be like them plopped in an arena, and I'm assuming it would be, all right, Superman, you have to win or somebody you care about dies. Kratos, you have to win or your son's going to die. Guess what? Kratos is going to get it done more than Superman ever will, because Superman, his weakness is like he isn't willing to go that step. Whereas I don't, there's weaknesses to Ganon though. Like I feel like Superman would find those weaknesses. Like
it's like, once again, Ganon has very specific link-based weaknesses.
I think
there's a reason why.
I think he would find them then.
There's a reason that
those things.
There's a reason that when Link is asleep, Ganon takes over for 100 years.
Yeah, I just think that whereas I picked a character where really his only weakness is you have to beat him, and Ganon, while yes, it is difficult, Ganon is a challenge for Superman. I think, especially if it's like a drawn out battle, Superman would find a way. He would make the connection. Is my argument. And I don't know, like I think Superman would be able to find a way to stop Ganon because Ganon has those weaknesses. I don't think Superman has it in him to stop Kratos. Because you have to kill Kratos. You have to beat him down. That's not time. I just, and like Kratos just seems to continue to get stronger.
It's time.
Okay.
This time I'm ready, damn it. Yeah.
All right, Mac, what's your question?
Yeah, because we know you're gonna want a question. So.
And we know you throw a hissy fit if somebody else got to ask a question. So what's your question?
I would. My question is, I have one question only, guys. Look, I want to know one thing and one thing only. You have all talked about certain things, so I want to know, how would your character particularly tell me how they would finish Superman? How would they finish him?
Mac, this is just masturbatory at this point.
Look, I know you hate this, Ryan, and I know, but I want to know how you fucking end his life.
He's gonna fantasize about this later tonight. I'm just saying.
Let's be real. Kratos, he's gonna take those beautiful blades of chaos. He's gonna plunge them into Superman's chest. He's gonna rip open Superman's chest and pull out his still beating heart and rip that sucker out. It's going to be the most brutal end for Superman ever, because even in his death, he gets beaten to a pulp. It's not like when he got killed, or quote unquote got killed, you saw anything. It was just, oh no, Superman's dead. No, Kratos doing it. It's going to be brutal because that's what Kratos does.
Fatality. Okay, Eric.
Well, Ganon's a very smart person. He knows that he's able to manipulate the softer Clark Kentier side of Superman. So what he's going to do is he's going to lure him into a false sense of security and feign that the battle is over. And then when Superman's back is turned, he will warlock punch the back of his head off.
Yes.
See, both those answers were built for Mac, so now Mac is going to have a hard time picking.
Ultra
So let's hear.
Wait. I have a quick question, though,
Sure.
that I really need answered from Eric. With Ganondorf, are you using it where he's like, has the power Triforce?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or is it like beforehand?
yeah.
I need to know
You
this.
did never specify the game.
Yeah, well, Ganon doesn't regenerate. Ganon is across all timelines still the same one-born Ganondorf. It's just with the split of the timelines, he is that. So he has the ability to, based on whichever timeline he's plugged from, it's like he will still have the Triforce of Power because he always has the Triforce of Power.
So we're not going Ganondorf. We're not going Ganondorf. It's just Ganon.
I said Ganon as the more catch-all where it could be anyone, but I did end up using Warlock Punch a lot in the fight, so I guess I'm leaning more towards Ganondorf.
Okay, all right. I'm just making sure. You just all right. Nothing wrong with that. I understand.
All right, Zach, the facts.
Facts. Hey, that's my line.
But Ganondorf can transform into.
I was saying neither of them said anything wrong about their characters.
I'm surprised.
We've obviously played their games.
Yes.
The rest of this is
Just
theoretical.
speculation. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not.
Did we mess up any Superman facts?
There were no facts. The fact is, you both start out immediately. Superman's weakness is magic, and that's the only fact you needed.
Yeah.
Because we weren't going to do the Mac thing of saying Nathan Drake with the kryptonite bullet could kill him. Like,
Yeah.
Alien, remember that, Zach.
What?
Remember, Superman's power is technically not magic, it's alien.
No, Superman's
No.
weak to magic.
Weak to magic.
Oh, weak magic. Okay, so I heard that wrong. So I was like,
Like how he can never win against Shazam. ever.
yeah, oh yeah,
correct.
no shit. Zatanna.
I mean, I'm wrong. I just picked Mario because I just want to pick Mario. But anyway, he got magic.
No, he doesn't.
I mean,
Mushrooms.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't call it magic. I would call it just science of that area. Honestly, like,
Okay.
I mean,
fair.
everybody's popping
Fair.
mushrooms like they're candy anyway.
Fair. I thought it was.
Woo!
Okay. All right. Fair. Anyway, I'm gonna go first.
This is hard. This sucks. I would not want to be judged for this.
No.
Look. This was not hard for me at all.
Really? I already made a decision. So.
Yeah, I already made a decision. It wasn't hard. Brutal badass game that's Kratos is going to fuck him up. And what's Superman's weakness? Magic. He does not care. That's what you said. The thing, yes, is while he is a brutal killing machine, he does have his limits. Eric did brought up the boy, get over here. So that is a weakness. That boy is, he does have to watch after that boy. Ganon, he's basically can take a punch from Smoking Superman. He can take him on. The things he said about Ganon, I have to admit, is true. You have to beat him with holy weapons. I did like you had to lure them down. Basically, Ryan was basically trying to talk about like they're basically doing product placement. Like they're not going to let Superman beat. It's not about that. And I'm going to exclude that. Like there's nothing. This had nothing about Nintendo. It has who could kill Superman. And look.
Oh, we were just talking about like in an actual game someday.
Right. And we would love to see that.
Yeah.
And I did like both of y'all. Like I did like ripping his heart out. I'm gonna go to bed sleeping tonight. Good tonight to that.
The
And
Warlock
Gannon-
Donkey Punch.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna enjoy that so much.
Donkey. That should be a shirt.
I mean, I'm just imagining somebody, one of them, just giving me like Superman's cape and was like, "Here, kid, you know, thank you."
You're
so
into some
much."
kinky shit if you're the only male in 1,000 years.
Well, I'll say this when we get off stream.
All right, but I'll say serious. With this, I would have to go with. I'm actually gonna go with Eric. Main reason, and here's the thing, and I will say this: unlike Zach bringing it up in the future, I will bringing it up. I'm gonna say this: what you should have said, Ryan, was the fact that Ganon can be destroyed by holy weapons. But if you were to bring in some of his other companions like Captain Faye, like Dr.
Well,
Faye,
the scenario presented was just one-on-one, so I wasn't going to do that.
The scenario that I presented in the fight.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't going to do that. But no, trust me, it's fine. So let's hear.
You could have had more people that had, because he does have friends that have holy weapons.
Yes. Yeah, so that's totally fair. Totally fair. So who wants to go next?
If you did that, you would have won. But to me, it has to go to Eric for that.
Yo, John Constantine versus Ganondorf.
Yeah.
I think they just have a beer.
They would.
Yeah,
they don't like. He would fight, not care even a little.
It's like, do you like? It's like, do you give a fuck? No. So this time I'm gonna go with Zach. I'm gonna say the two Zelda fans for last. Zach, who you thought won?
All right. So the way you guys presented this, you are both correct that your guy could kill Superman. Like, this is an immutable fact to me.
Yes.
So I started thinking efficacy. Ryan, I think because he'd have to chip away at him, it would take too long.
That's fair.
I feel like that is what he would not be efficient at killing him.
That's fair.
Whereas Ganondorf, because he has no lingering anything, he has nothing but time. He's just focus everything on it. He has no kid to take care of. He doesn't have to worry about any of that. Oh. He's just going to sit there the entire time and go, I'm going to kill Superman.
Oh.
You know, all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All the focus.
I don't agree with your assessment, but like Max, I actually agreed with. Yours kind of throws me for a loop.
But that's cool. The thing. Like I said, efficacy is what I ended up going with.
Ryan, would this make it a little bit more better with mine? You wonder who Ganon actually reminds me of? Darkseid. You have to kill him with a specific area. You got to find a specific thing to kill him with. He reminds me of Darkseid.
Ganon is very Darkseid-y.
All right, well, let's hear from the Zelda fans, although I have a feeling I know what's going to happen, so let's just hear from one of them.
Angie? Oh, no. I'm going with Pyretta. Pyretta cannot wait.
I was going to say, go with Pyretta. Her and I have been talking.
Yeah, because, God, there's points that you guys so could have brought up that would have made this at least an easier decision.
So much easier.
I'm not a Zelda guy, so I was going on pure reading the little bit I did.
Mind you, I love God of War so much that I named one of my Siberian dwarf hamsters Kratos. That little bastard lived to be like 3.5 years old. Loved him. So you both essentially picked godlike characters, although technically it is proven within the God of War series that Kratos is actually a demigod. He is the son of Zeus.
Yeah.
It was brought up because I have to go with what's presented, not based on what I would pick from your guys' answers. I have to go with what you've given me in this debate here. Being that having humanity and something to relate to, you're pinning a good guy versus a good guy. There's no real
Kratos isn't a good guy.
Yeah, would Kratos fight a motherfucker to save his child? Oh yeah, especially since he originally became the amazing ultimate soldier that he was because his daughter was killed. Let's not forget that from the original. But Kratos, without something like that, and that was not given in the scenario, it was just pick someone to kill Superman. How would they do it? It's hard because Kratos definitely could get the job done, but there's no real motivation. And
there's
him and
never a
Superman,
motivation in
they
these
would
dumb
sit
kind of
down and
questions,
come up with another
though.
plan to
And
get around it to where they didn't have to actually fight. They would mastermind that shit. Ganondorf is this evil, manipulative Zelda version of Lex Luthor.
and see, this is where me and you differ, because I don't think Kratos is a good guy. He's not. He's a brutal killing machine. I don't think.
Well,
I think Kratos would just use Superman.
The lore,
all right. I'm gonna just sidestep this whole thing. Kratos is chaotic good.
yeah.
It's still good.
At the most, man.
At the most, he is
Man,
at the most he's
the-
chaotic
I
good.
mean, according to the lore, the gods literally killed his kids. I mean, the ashes is from his dead children. I mean, yeah.
I think the difference is you see his kid as a motivation, where I think other people are seeing him as a liability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you started bringing up that Kratos would do it
child
for his kid, that's when the motivations became relevant.
would make him
Yeah.
more human. And while Superman is definitely an alien, not a human, he has those. He was raised by humans. He has that human quality to him. Whereas Ganondorf is basically, in a way, the like Lex Luthor. He's the intelligent mastermind, fucking manipulative piece of crap that you hate. That would have the motivation and the drive to just kill a good guy for just the fucks of it. Because why not? Because he's pure fucking evil. Based on that alone being brought up, those two things, I'm gonna give this point to Eric.
All right.
Although I love the choice of fucking Kratos, I love that choice.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm not arguing against the choice. I just had to bring up points, and
there was no debate beyond it. I'd be like, Kratos, all fucking dicks. That's what I'd want to see. Because oh my god, it'd be brutal as fuck. And he's right, he would rip his fucking heart out. Because
And well, that's the thing. It's like nobody's arguing that either of these could not get the job done.
I think I was arguing. You guys are trying to make the argument that Kratos would view Superman as a fellow good guy, whereas I think Kratos would see Superman as another false god. And would be out to kill
I agree with that, and I agree with that too.
Let's hear from Angie so we can move on.
I'm getting Batman
Sorry,
versus
not
Superman
fair.
flashback.
yeah. Watch film talk.
Oh crap! We fixed that game. They fixed that damn film already. Damn, Angie, do you concur?
But
Yeah, let's hear from Angie.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I wasn't like looking at it as like, oh, Kratos sees Superman as just like another good guy, because I don't really think Kratos is a good guy, but he's not a bad guy. He's just more humane with a child, as you've brought up, more than he's been in years since his, daughter died. And looking at Superman too, he's not the kind of guy that, as you used in an argument earlier, that he would use his child, like he would use Kratos' child against him. Spider-Man, Superman's not really that kind of a guy, he's the like big boy in blue, always does right by the book, but so that's why I'm going with Eric's vote for Ganondorf.
I was taking Eric's like creation of, because it's just a question. There's no parameters to the fight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you did sort of fall into my trap of I created the scenario,
which is fine. At the end of the day, Eric picked a character that the only thing I know about him is he gets beat by a little dude in a green outfit.
Well,
so my assumption was, okay, no biggie. And then, Ganon's immortal. Fuck. Well,
yeah, he can only be defeated by a little kid in a green tunic.
I just want to say,
I picked a winner. Damn it!
Like Kratos' main, like, the weakness to me is that he's dumb.
Also,
Kratos is not that intelligent. Like, he could be confused very easily.
Also, I didn't want to bring this up, but in Twilight Princess, he has been hit with holy weapons and only got up and ripped two of those people that shot the holy weapons with him. So the man got endurance. He can take those holy weapons. He will not die just by getting one hit with one holy weapon.
Yeah, there's a
lot.
lot.
Let's move on to the final question. We've spent enough time on Superman.
Yes. All right,
got enough ammo for tonight.
All right, so what the chat's saying, because I think they're blasting up.
Yeah, just, just listening to you put coins in your spank bank, man.
So Angie, Robert, what you saying in the chat?
Pirate has probably kept up more with the chat than I have because
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically how, like, because Superman's weak to magic and using light, like basically the speed of light, that he'd be faster than Ganondorf.
I don't. Oh God. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to hear that crap because that's more Superman's invincibility bullshit that the fans of Superman will throw out.
Yeah, it's the rules of Superman, and Superman is as strong as he needs to
How,
be.
like, even except for when he's fighting Doomsday and Darkseid, Superman's always holding back, always reserving back. And Suits would introduce his son to Loki, and by the end of the day, he'd sit back and share a drink with him.
God.
Golly.
That's where Kratos would be like, nah, fuck this guy. That's when it would happen. Be like, oh, you want to have a beer with this motherfucker? Nah.
We love our fans. All right. Well, guys, let's get to the last final question. Ryan, you need to win this question to go to PvP.
You got it.
We finally somebody took the lead.
Finally.
It took 3 questions to secure a 1-point lead.
All right, the final question is, I'm gonna read it. Yeah, which is Zach. Pitch a game starring Mac, Zach, and Angie. And if you want to, you can add Pyretta as a part of that game too.
Wow.
Sure.
All right. So this time we're gonna start with Eric. What is the name of your game? I don't think we got titles up for this shit. You don't got.
Yeah, well,
I wrote a title.
Yeah.
The title of mine is The Game Fixers.
Okay, cool.
How original.
Yes.
My game is Grand Theft Grudge, with like semicolon, and
The Way Home.
El Plata. Grand Theft Grudge, semicolon, El Plata.
All right. Seeing, like I said, well, always with a pitch question, we always just let you basically tell us your game and we're not arguing against it.
Right.
So, Eric, tell us how's your game going, and that's the time you're gonna get. Angie, you ready?
How much time again? Just double checking.
3 minutes.
3 minutes good enough, or you think you want to go a little longer? Because you're just giving us just a switch for the answer.
We'll do 3. We'll do 3.
Yeah.
3. Okay. 3 minutes. Ringing the bell now.
So my game is a puzzle game where the backstory of the game is, it's like through the rising subscriber count of the Game Fixers channel, we are contacted with a mysterious beta code for a video game, and as Mac and Zach put in the code, they are mysteriously sucked into cyberspace, and they now have to solve different puzzles based off of each other individual who has a beta key, and with Angie in their ear as being the third person to enter the beta key, she is guiding Mac and Zach as they have to go through different levels based off of the first level they encounter is they encounter my game, which is all based around, as the Gamer Grudge champion, they have to debate each other, and they have to essentially solve debates in the first level. But as they go through, there's different puzzles based off of essentially mathing to make a movie no longer rotten. They have to literally fix games. They have to then create the ultimate Cards Against Humanity answer. And these are all just different worlds that are essentially just literally built around the channel, because this is literally the Game Fixers, the game. And with each one of us essentially being the masters of a domain of the world on Mac and Zach's trek out of cyberspace.
Can I answer one question?
Yeah. Ask one question.
In the words of Batman, do they bleed?
You do. You bleed ones and zeros. Zach bleeds ones, you bleed zeros.
Oh.
Binary together, it's individual. That's awesome.
So by that logic, that would mean Mac doesn't have value.
Shut up, Zach.
I'm sorry. I didn't write how binary works.
Eric, you're going in the hole right now. You're in a hole.
No, it's Zach only tells truth. Zach only tells truths. Mac only tells lies.
Eric, you're starting in the hole. Eric, you're starting in the hole. Ryan, Mike, come get my point. Ryan, please pitch your game. I wonder if I'm going to be a chicken or not.
All right, so welcome to Grand Theft Grudge, El Plata. This is the 6th iteration of the Grand Theft Auto series with a little bit of a change of pace. Every game's been set in a U.S. version, Grand Theft Auto City. No, we're changing it up. We're going to Argentina. We're going to South America because we're going to get to the crazy underworld crimes of South America. And so we've got our 3 fleeing characters as they are escaping Los Santos from being arrested. It's Zach, it's Angela, and it's Pyretta. They are on a plane. They are getting out the fuck out of America. It's over. You are wanted criminals. So now you have to restart your criminal empire in a foreign city, and you get to do all the fun, zany shit of like a Grand Theft Auto 5 because that's what inspired it. I was like, I want the 3 perspectives. I want to get to know every character. I want every people to care about all 3 of you. And as the game progresses, it's revealed that Mac is our big bad. Mac is the one who is trying to hunt them down. Mac is working for the U.S. government, trying to hunt down these 3 criminals as they're building their empire in Argentina. It lends itself to a lot of new settings. There's a lot of fun with it. You can have wild missions because GTA is full of wild missions. So like we could, you could discover the Nazis that are living in Argentina, and you go on a mission to wipe out Nazis in Argentina. Because why not? You are drug smugglers. It's GTA. You're breaking the law, and you can change perspective from Zach, Angie, or Pyretta. And then at the end of the game, you gotta stop Mac. You're not going to prison. Fuck prison. You're gonna live your life in South America as kings. You guys are kings and queens of El Plata, because I can't use Buenos Aires, and you have to take down Mac. Are you going to take down Mac, or is somebody going to die? It depends on your choices you made in the game. I want to take a proven formula. GTA 5 is massively popular for a reason. Let's expand it. We have a whole new setting, brand new map, new characters that we get invested in, and a new big bad that we get invested in. Grand Theft Grudge.
Wow. Wow.
So you're basically saying that there's like a telltale aspect to it, and
Sure.
your motives can alter endings. So that means multiple endings, correct?
Well,
Yeah,
that's the same. That's the same. Same for GTA 5. Yeah.
Can I say something? I am not a crook.
Well,
Can I say something? I call not it on the teddy bear fucking.
Yeah, I would like to point out that I didn't make any of you criminals.
it's a video game. It's about.
I call not it. That's all I'm saying.
So who wanted to play the game to kill me first? I guess.
Well,
see, the most ridiculous point of your aspect of your game is that Mac would be working for the U.S. government.
Hey,
that is the most suspension I have to disbelieve.
I have to include him, and I didn't want to make all 4 of you guys like. I didn't want to just make all 4 of you guys the good guy. Somebody had to be the quote unquote bad guy, and Mac is the boss. So why not?
Okay. Well, kill me. Sorry. So, with that said, anybody got a question? Got one question?
I mean, I have plenty of questions.
I don't have one like really specific to like making the answers easier to like figure out who won. I just have more of like a little quirky question.
Okay, go ahead.
Go for it.
I'll think of one.
My little quirky question is what would be like the rarest achievement out of your game or trophy, depending I guess on whichever console you're on, but yeah. What would be your rarest achievement? I'm just curious.
Oh man. Okay. So if you don't know your history, this is gonna be a little far-fetched, but bear with me. There was a time where Argentina had a female dictator, and I want the rare achievement, the most difficult achievement would be discovering her lost fortune, like in a way of like you we felt like you would have to like go through clues, you would have to do like hunts, because like right now my wife is in the middle of playing GTA 5 and she's like knocking out achievements, and I'm like, holy crap, they are putting you through the ringer. So if it's rare, it's got to be worth it. You got to put the effort in. So to find this lost gold, because it's so ridiculous, of course it would be in GTA. You're gonna have to solve a bunch of clues. You're gonna have to kill some bad people. You're gonna have to like solve a maze of some kind, like just ridiculous shit that happens in GTA.
All right, I got a question.
No. I still got to answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he still has to answer.
Let's hear it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so in my game, there is a random chance that max dialogue will accidentally create a misspelling somewhere along, and the hidden achievement is called perfect diction, where you have an entire playthrough where Mac does not misspeak once.
My only problem with that is I don't like achievements that you can't influence. Random chance achievements suck.
It's a hidden achievement worth 0 gamer
But I did
score.
ask for the rarest achievement.
The rarest achievement.
And the randomest would be the
Yes.
rarest.
All right. So my question to y'all is, and I just want to hear it because I mean, both of you can still play your gameplay. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, you can do it with beating the game, and you're already talking about achievements. But how do your game end story wise? How do your game end?
Man, you're making me reveal the like juiciest nut. I'm trying to get this contract for you guys with Rockstar. Like, they're in development for GTA 6 right now. They're taking pitches.
Yeah, you can discuss what you consider juicy nuts later.
Well, Mac, I have multiple endings. So depending on how you play, all three of you get arrested if you didn't do a good job. So Mac succeeds, and Zach, Pyretta, and Angie are taken off back to the States to end up in prison.
Damn you, Mac.
If depending on like if one character did well and the other ones like you didn't, like if you didn't spend time with Pyretta's character, but you spent time with Angie and Zach, you half-assed, then like one character might get away and get to live a life in freedom. But you got to work hard to get that like exclusive ending where all three of you survive and become the new lords of this city.
So the good ending is basically me dead.
Yes.
Well, the good ending is you.
Well, I mean, yeah,
dead,
you're the villain.
Like not dead. Like you could be kept as like a
Pet?
like in a prison. Like that.
Okay.
Like they capture you, Mac, and you're in prison.
All of a sudden, it'll become Prison Break season 3.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
Mac. Sorry.
I understand. Yeah, put me in
Which
prison.
is arguably the worst season.
But Mac, if you're playing the game, you can
Well-
just do the bad ending, and you can be the winner. There you go.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
You could just constantly make Zach drive into walls.
Look, that's
Or if you want to perfectly
that
role
is
play,
too true to life.
if
sir.
you want to perfectly role play Zach, you do nothing but go into the bar and drink alcohol.
I mean,
Yeah, he does that all the time. Eric,
I'll have you know I bring my booze home.
All right. So, the ending of my game is that it's like once you guys have gone through each beta level of the world created in cyberspace, it's like we have no idea how to bring you out, but Angie comes up with the idea where if we all enter a Zoom call and try to load up all the levels at once, it will create a bridge between cyberspace and reality. And as the Zoom call and the game sort of merge together, it becomes one final puzzle which takes different aspects from each world that you have gone through, and you have to use essentially everything that you've learned over the course of the game in one final puzzle as you guys break free into reality and literally out of the Zoom call and into your seats.
okay, cool. There's no facts for Zach.
Oh, I had.
I didn't. I also didn't pitch. Thing I heard.
It's like wasn't. I'm like I know at one point wasn't there a GTA game that takes place in like London?
Nope. I checked. All
There
the games
have.
are based on
There
U.S.
was.
cities.
No.
What?
No, there was
The
a UK.
first two
The first two were
are
based off
literally in London.
No, it's Liberty City.
No.
It's literally.
Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't pick London because I almost did. So
No, I just want to. No, it's like literally the Mini Coopers on the cover.
Grand Theft Auto London 1969.
Huh.
London, and then there's the 1961, which was in Manchester. That was
Oh, they're expansions. Okay, I feel better.
No, they're not expansions. They're the main
It
game.
says they're expansions on the thing. I got their
they're
Wikipedia pulled up.
expansions off of they're DLC content. There's London 1969 and London 1961. They are expansions though.
Yeah, so the actual game. Okay, I'm glad I remembered this right. Yeah, in the first GTA, it's between Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas, and that shit was DLC. So
yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want. This is all about character to me. Choose each one of our signature weapons.
Ooh.
Like, what would be the weapon that you could equip that would give you the best bang for your buck? You know?
Well, so I'll just take advantage of Pyretta and give her a flamethrower. Like, there's no way. Like, the Pyretta Blaze flamethrower would be the most bang for your buck in a GTA game. Zach, you would have the cheese cannon. So to honor your Wisconsinists, it's fuel. It fires cheese at extreme speeds and is fueled by beer. So
oh my god, there is beer cheese.
Yeah. So there you go. No, yeah,
he's in the Midwest. He knows.
Yeah, I do.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot you did say Dayton, Ohio.
Beer cheese is so good.
And then Angie, like I see you as an oracle role almost. So I have this funny idea of where she could send a kill switch through people's phones. So like if you guys are trying to you guys need to assassinate somebody, Eric plants the bug and then Angie's able from a computer to press it and it blows them up, kind of like with the Life Invaders thing. So Angie's signature like killing thing, I guess, is an app in a way. Like
yes,
not a gun, it's a support. It's a support weapon.
What would you get for Mac then? You got to answer that.
Oh, well, Mac is a U.S. government agent. His weapon of choice is just the standard pistol. Like he's not. You don't get to play as Mac. So.
All right. So with me, Angie, obviously you're the voice in the ear. You unfortunately have no equipment other than helpful hints. But Zach is able to. Has the ability to spawn cheese bridges for you guys to cross over. It's like you're able to place down, you slap down a bed of cheese, and you're able to cross. Where Mac is able to spawn the empty Gatorade bottle, and you guys can cross waterways.
Okay, empty Gatorade bottle is great.
That was good. That was a good one.
R.I.P. empty Gatorade bottle. We'll miss you.
Hashtag find the bottle.
Hashtag find the
bottle is dead.
We know where the bottle's going to be tonight.
The bottle is dead. In the garbage.
There'll be a new one, yeah.
No, there won't.
Mac's going to fill up. Shut the fuck up, Ryan. I said something fucked up. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
but then also in completing each world, you guys. When you enter, you gain an item to use from each world. Like,
cool.
Like the basic item you guys get from level 1, which is mine, is you get the ability to throw my hat to activate switches from afar. For example.
Awesome. Okay. Can I say fucking Eric?
Yeah. Literally, that is your line when you gain the hat.
All right, let's hear some.
Okay,
let's hear some.
Can I just say?
Some point delivery.
I do have one thing. Sure. I want to add a roulette system to this that like 1 in 100 times it won't come out and it'll just be a voice clip of Eric going, I lost my hat.
I'm like, no, it's just like, sorry guys, I was asleep.
Yeah, like we'll get a system going there, yeah.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna go with Angie. Angie, who you thought won?
I would actually like to not go first because I missed the second half when I disconnected.
Right. Caretta.
This is a hard one because I gotta admit the GTA one would be fun, but Eric gave a completely original game that does not exist at all. He turned literally the Game Fixers into its own video game without copying anything. So only based on that will I give my point to Eric.
Okay. Zach.
Points for originality.
Right.
Here's the thing. I do enjoy the ideas of both of these. I do feel like Eric's is more fully formed as its own identity. And I think I would also, if I was getting pitched these and like just giving my blessing, it would probably be Eric's just because it has a broader appeal than a GTA.
I don't know if that's correct because GTA is like the biggest moneymaker of all time.
No,
man.
GTA is
like that's like no offense.
GTA is GTA clones aren't. That's what I mean. The clones don't do very well. GTA itself, made by Rockstar, does great.
That's who I've been emailing. That's who I've been pitching.
I know. It's just like that. I'd be like, but if you had to make the decision, you'd be like, okay, one of these sounds like it'd be a small indie title. It probably gets enough money. The other one could bomb horribly, and we contacted Rockstar. We pissed them off.
See, no, I was thinking the total opposite. I was thinking I'm going to pick the biggest moneymaker of all time when it comes to appeal.
So I guess you
would. Like, fucking everybody loves GTA except for like me because I drive into walls all the time. So I hate it.
Right. So
I heard everything.
So
saying about GTA, I just drive into walls.
So Zach, you're going with Eric, I guess.
I am just, and
Okay.
I mean, this one's entirely,
All right, Angie, do you concur?
I do. I concur.
All right. I also got to give it to Eric. It's just Ryan. I love yours, and it's not the fact that I am the villain. It has nothing to do with I am the villain or anything. It sounds interesting.
It has absolutely everything to do with that.
See, the only thing was Eric pitched a puzzle game, and that just there's tons of puzzle games.
Well,
that was my only complaint. Was like, puzzle game. There's a million of them.
Yeah, but his was so.
You could use that same argument though for GTA, like, oh, it's just another GTA.
Yeah,
and yet people still play 5, and I don't get it. My wife's on her 4th playthrough. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, I can tell you.
He's dedicated.
I can tell you what Eric does sound like to me, even though it is a puzzle game. It sounds like a little bit like Undertale sprinkled with a little bit of a puzzle. I kind of like it.
Undertale is like a puzzle game, though.
Yeah, that's what Eric sounds like. It sounds like Undertale, and I like it. It's interesting. It's weird.
Eric pitched strangeness. I just pitched fun. So,
yeah,
but I'll take it.
Both are fun.
Yeah. Both are fun.
Sound fun.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to kill me?
I would cheat code the fuck out of the GTA one. I'm just saying. It'd be great.
I mean,
you just want your flamethrower.
Right? Shit.
Oh,
hey,
also,
Angie, you got excited when I pitched the Oracle thing.
Also, I was like, but before we do this, just going all the way back to question 1. It's like one thing I wanted to say. It's like once the round was over, but I just got annoyed that we tied. Is that I disagree with the statement that Isabel as the Doomslayer is essentially DLC. No, Isabel as the Doomslayer is essentially the Macho Man Randy Savage as Dragon Mod and Skyrim. That's effectively what you pitched.
Dude, you were arguing integrity, which
that.
when it comes to fictional characters, integrity is the dumbest argument ever.
Yeah.
Integrity.
I wanted to make sure I got that on stream before that ended.
All right. Well,
my core here, Eric.
well. With that said, Eric, you beat him. It was 4-2.
4-2.
4-2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So Eric, we don't. So Eric outright won.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Eric.
He wins again.
Yay.
He defended
Good
twice.
Lord.
No technicalities this time.
All right.
Yay.
Ryan, congratulations about exposing your home.
I like all of Ryan's picks better, but just, how does this work? What the fuck?
Like Pirate and I
You
were like
use
sitting
the
here in the
logic
chat, and we're
of
just
you would
like,
survive hell because you're a Christian.
That
That's
is
on
true.
you.
we were
That's
chatting, and
on
we're like,
you.
we
That
have to
is
like
on
fight off
me.
of what you guys present. We can't like base our arguments and like our ideas and who won off of like the
Because
fact we know and stuff
the
that,
only
like,
point I would
exists.
contest,
What we
I
need
would only contest the split
is
point
sign
over
them
the
up.
vacation one. That's it.
Mhm.
We need to sign them a coach that can give them like 30 seconds of help before they do their debate, the actual debate.
Or if you think I'm
Yeah.
spending time with a coach and I'm in the full swing of summer classes, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay, how about an app that shocks you?
Yeah, no.
No, I'll have that taken
Anyway.
care of.
Anyway, yay, end of the episode. It's 10 o'clock. It's late.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right,
God,
all right.
yeah.
It's not of the Rick and Morty. And it shocks your balls every
It
2
shocks your
seconds.
balls every 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds, it shocks your balls. Okay, that's
All right, let's
enough.
do plugs.
All right. Yes, let's go ahead and do our plugs.
All right, well,
I need
Eric.
that in my Twitter bio again.
All right, well, Eric, fuck him one again. Whoopie dee doo. We gotta make it
Ooh,
harder
Mac.
for him next year.
Oh, Mac, you hush. You're not even fighting.
Oh, I
Mac,
won
you
again.
seem so
I keep wanting to
disappointed.
retire, but I keep winning.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I kicked his ass in the last episode, so I'm happy. Anyway,
I'm glad I retired. I'm 100% glad.
anyway, yeah. So Eric, you won. Yay! So what you got to plug?
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ.
as
Mac.
always, you could find me on Twitter at BunkBunker. You can find me here doing the Gamer Grudge, doing some of the streams, doing Is It Rottens. We just filmed the episode of Balls of Fury, so that'll be coming out soon. And the new poll should be coming out eventually for
Eventually.
for the new thing.
Yeah, I gotta find. I gotta
And
remember.
and
movie.
the criteria for the poll was the movie had to star somebody from the starring section of Balls of Fury.
And also, it was I know it was between Scott and Zach, and I know Scott's answer was Blade Trinity, and what was Zach's?
Give me a sec.
It was
zero-
Starving Games.
yeah, I was gonna
Starving
say,
Games.
yeah, it was a 0%er.
Yeah, yeah. Please vote for.
Look, if we weren't masochist, what would be the point?
Vote for Blade Trinity, people. Please.
I will also say that
I have now updated my Twitter bio again. I update this once every 6 months at this point.
Well, honestly, that should just be a policy in general.
Wait.
Yeah.
Look, it says it
This
right there.
poll
Current
at? I
Gamer
just
Grudge
looked.
champion.
Oh,
Instead
it's not
of
out.
times
It's not
two,
out
times
yet.
three.
It's not out yet. Not out yet. But no, interesting. Okay, this is kind of an interesting fact about Diedrich Bader. He did Superman Unbound in 2013. That is 100%. And he did Starving Games in 2013 at a 0. So in the same year, he has a 100%er and a 0%er. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah.
him.
Ryan,
Dude's got
what you got
range.
to plug?
Oh man, what do I got to plug? Just the Duncan Sid show. Mac was recently on. That episode will be going up like this weekend. We talked about the Wizard. I was a bit shocked because Mac, instead of just like answering it with joy, like why he liked the Wizard, he tried to talk about the technical stuff of it. And I'm like, Mac, just have fun. It's I'm just thinking to myself, Mac, have fun with it. We're just supposed to have fun with the movie.
Oh,
Yeah, like
we've conditioned him.
Yes.
Yes.
like the Wizard, like it's just go
it's
watch
like-
it. It's what Mac brings up. I was like, I guess I agree, but I thought I was bringing him on to be happy about the Wizard.
I was
Yeah.
happy. I was happy, but I was like, I have to shit on my favorite. I always shit on my favorite film sometimes. That's what happens when you do Is It Rotten? You shit on your film. You shit on
Yeah,
your
I
favorite
mean,
film.
like when you were like, "Hey, I bet this Pierce Brosnan James Bond film holds up."
fuck
Fuck,
you.
no, it
it
don't.
still holds up.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
You
I don't even know which one. I don't even know
Tomorrow
which one you're
Tomorrow
talking
Never
about.
Dies
No, it
is
doesn't.
an
Tomorrow Never Dies.
underrated films. It's
No,
a
it
one.
doesn't.
Tomorrow
You-
Never Dies is an
You
underrated
ripped that
film.
thing a new asshole. You have no leg to stand on. And I said it perfectly. This is if Michael Bay made
Zach,
a Bond
what
film.
do you have to plug? You fuck.
I mean, let me check. No. There we go. That is all.
That's awesome.
Fuck was that?
Fuck was what?
Okay.
It's an ad.
It wasn't on the big screen, so when I looked, I'm like,
oh, it wasn't on the big screen. Well, no, I will be currently just randomly going at Strider and Bumbo until I beat one of them. Then I don't know what the other.
Right.
Also, I like the creepy teeth thing. I find it soothing.
Okay. Pyretta, what you got to plug?
Well, tonight I'm probably going to be either doing some dungeon crawling or I might be an absolute complete just sadist to myself and go into oh god lord, where is my thing? My file. Okay, there's my files. Go into Call of Duty again, but maybe not. Okay, now I can't find my thing. My pictures disappeared on me. Cool. So to find me on social media and stalk me up, you can get hold of me at the Pyretta Blaze on both Facebook and on Twitter. I'm always on the Twitter machine. You can find me on Instagram at Beautiful Yet Dangerous. And
Right.
you can also find me on Twitch at Pyretta Sapphire. Sapphire has one P in it because I'm dyslexic. And that's where I will be streaming at tonight. That is an awesome picture of that. I freaking love that.
Oh wow, wow, man.
That's like me during allergy season. I'm just saying, all the like just.
It's the end screen to Arachnophobia, the game.
Right.
I was like, I didn't play that one, but I watched the movie.
All right. That's it, Pyretta.
That's it for me.
All right. Angie, what you got to plug?
Well, as you guys know, I'm always here with the Game Fixers, so make sure to check out our other shows on this channel. I also have my own YouTube channel. I just got 21 subscribers today, so yay! You can also find me on Mixer, mixer.com/angelic sin, like the gamer tag there in the corner of my little video thing there. I'm also on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and you can also find me on TikTok. And I have a merch shop at spreadshirt.com/angelic sin.
I'm the last one here. Well, guys, this has been a fantastic season. We had a bunch of fun. We had some laughs. We literally made it through season 6 of the season 6, right? Season 6 of Gamer Grudge, people. Now I know what you're thinking, guys. Will there be
really don't.
Will there be a season 7? Of course, you peep, silly Billy. We're going to be doing a season 7. Season 7 will start in August.
Matt's going to keep doing it until the sun explodes, guys.
Exactly. Gamer Grudge will live on.
I was singing every time we say goodbye, I die a little in my head. So definitely not what I was thinking.
So guys, I'm just gonna give you a heads up on what's gonna happen right now. I know. So what's gonna happen is we won't be back until August, but we're gonna have some pre-tape shows. So make sure we'll contact you. We'll have some pre-tape stuff going on, and one of those fights will be a Sims fight.
I want no part of that.
I was gonna say, this fight is.
I am the wrong person in this household.
No,
Angie is sitting there smiling,
and this will be my week off.
That will be why.
I was gonna say you need some because I would be a terrible Sims judge.
I literally gave that all to Angie. What I told you, that is yours. You can have it. You and Kat can have it.
And Mac, I'm just gonna tell you, the only way you'll get me to come back is a Pokemon fight with Mr. Eric. That's it. Because.
All right, we'll try to work it.
We'll have you debate whether it was ethical for you to purchase Sword and Shield.
I'm still gonna say no.
But we're not.
Broke my bond.
But I've been told right now. I've been told by we got some. That's one of the things we're working on. I have been told by the producer to keep it locked. I'm keeping my mouth zipped on this. But I gave you one thing that we're doing, so that's one thing we're working on, people. So go out. Also, I got some. I'm doing some summer streaming next Monday, next Thursday, summer stream next Monday. I'm doing Resident Evil 3. I'm going to be playing that. That's Quarantine Mondays, Tuesdays, classic Thursdays, and Saturdays going to be party Saturdays. We're going to be doing some streaming games on that. Also, GF1, GF15, GF15.
GF1's so good. Where's GF2?
GF2, there is no GF2. Fuck GF2.
GF1's so good you don't need a GF2.
You definitely don't need a GF2. There's GF1, GF1 Sports, GF15. Also, GF1 Sports will continue all the way into the summer, so get ready for that. You're gonna have some fun podcasts. You want to see us? Go watch those podcasts.
And eventually he'll whittle it all the way down to marble racing and virtual NASCAR.
No.
In fact, if you do virtual NASCAR, you got to bring Tom on.
No. I will. I'm thinking about it. Anyway, and also, let's make it better. Make sure you go to watch our latest episode on Bubsy 2. It is so funny that I did a crawl. Go watch it, and I'm planning on doing my next episode soon. Not too soon. It'll probably be 2 months or a month from now. So go watch it. But until then, people, I'm trying to keep this closed. It's late. We gotta go home. I'll see y'all next time. We'll see you next season on the next episode of Gamer Grudge. We'll see you on season
7.
Season 7. Woo! Peace out, guys.
Yay.
Bye, Pixel Pals.